Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of the Adventures of Novus podcast.
Holy crap, that's a lot.
What?
I'm just impressed. That's a lot.
Oh yeah, episode 18. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I don't need the milestones. I'm not a milestone guy. It's not like 20s and 25s and all these things. So I don't know.
Our podcast can now vote.
Yes, and have sex.
Yep.
What a ride episode 17 was. A ton of fun role playing. I finally got to do my fight club. Thank you, Travis. And what do you know? The smoke has cleared a week later and we are ready to rock. Remember, we have socials in the notes and love hearing from you guys. If you leave us an iTunes review, we'll be best friends forever. But you know how we do. We like to jump right into it with a recap from Anders.
Right. A recap. Anders got laid.
That is all. That's the most important thing that happened.
Yeah, I mean, you want more?
It's been over 300 years. Like,
That's what I'm 340.
Yeah.
All right. So, Anders confronted Literal regarding the events that happened in me past. Literal, my sister, having saved me. And I apologized and resolved to press forward, to repay old debts, to right wrongs, that sort of thing. The party then went and spent a bit of their newly gained balsam, that means money, on some new gear, isn't it? We then retired for the day at the good old Sly Forks for a pint, or two, or many. Much merriment was had, a truly magnificent evening. Crick really let down his John Travolta hair and got right pissed on some grape juice. Travis may or may not have been involved in a fight club, somehow defeating his colossal opponent in a back-and-forth slugfest of a match. As I mentioned before, I got laid. It was great.
worth mentioning again.
That's all I'll say. A gent doesn't shag and tell.
Well,
Most of them do.
Travis,
you just told everybody.
To anyone that will listen.
You just told hundreds of people.
That's right. Travis bedded down with a fair lass himself, continuing his win streak of the night. We awoke to learn troubling news from Crick. He had good reason to believe his brother had died, so that's no good. We got a warning that the Snake Clan was possibly plotting something untoward and evil. And then we were on our way to the much-anticipated meeting with the Gwarians, and noted that there were 10 Dragon Clan guards waiting for us. That this is where we resume our story, I believe.
You guys had just left the Sly Fox in the morning, and surprise, 10 Dragon Clan warriors were waiting for you. These are the elite of the elite. They are very impressive warriors. They have their giant flambard swords. They have magical tattoos all over them. And they don't look like they want to be like, they don't look too friendly. Elder Griff's orders, one says, and just kind of points in the direction of the inner bailey of the Dragon Clan.
I think we must listen to this man. Come, friends, let us go.
Aye.
So you reach the inner bailey as you cross through town. Hungover people, passed out people all over the streets, puddles of God knows what on the ground. And you approach to the intricately carved doors. Each door had a dragon head, one red, one gold. With your escort of guards, you make it to the large room with impressive religious tapestries. Those tapestries you still really don't know anything about, but you guys have done a wisdom check to talk to someone else about it later, so we'll get to that later. You notice the addition of a long mahogany table behind the altar of Pharasma, the one with the spiraling comet. And the guards take up positions, among others, in the room, as this room is full. All the benches that were in there before, they're all full of spectators. They look like prominent-looking members of like each clan, easily spotted by their tattoos. And the room is abuzz of conversation. So the front of the room is still empty. And if anyone wants to do a diplomacy check or a perception check, well, gather information for diplomacy and a perception check, you may.
And as will indeed do a perception.
Hey, I'll ask about what's going on. If anybody knows what's going on, I'll do a diplomacy. 13.
For gather information?
Yeah.
Not good. Crick gets only 10 for perception.
19 for perception.
Okay, so Travis takes a run around the room, and Anders is kind of just sitting there listening, so is Crick. And Anders, you hear, the princess was missing both legs, and Bink sewed them back together. One of them is 12 feet tall and drinks 4 barrels of whiskey a day and shoots lightning bolts out his arse. And Travis, you're kind of walking around and you're hearing some chatter. You get some gossip about Taurus saving everyone. And with his acid breath, green dragons breathe acid, not fire. They melted the zealots of the light into the ground.
That's interesting.
Quite. So eventually, out of Griff's office, the usher shows up and he kind of starts moving his hands up and down in the air, telling everyone it's time to take a seat, sit down, shut the fuck up. And after the usher, for the first time, you see Smarg Underbite. And he looks old. He looks like a tired man who's had many, 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 many daughters. The usher helps Smarg sit in the middle of the table, and more start pouring out of the office. Elder Griff of the Dragon Clan, Bink Madri representing the gnomes, Calyptos the Treant, only it's like a branch of Calyptos. He kind of looks like a small Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. So after Calyptos, there's someone that you don't recognize. He is a giant of a Guarian. He's got a shoulder plate and various belts connecting other plates in various areas. He does show some skin. It's rare that you guys see a Guarian with some armor on, even though it's kind of pieced together armor. And his flambard is black. Following him is Princess Gertrude and the 3 leaders of the 3 clans of Guer. Snake, Mongoose, and Tiger. So there's some new people here. Does anyone want to try a knowledge local on any of the new people that have come out? Besides the freebie of Smarg Underbite. But you could tell.
I think I'm the only one that has that.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want just one roll for everything?
1 roll for each person. You can start with the big giant Guarian with the black sword.
21.
21. So you recognize the sword and piece the rest together. That sword is called Nightwind, and it belongs to Grimson Underbite, who is Smarg Underbite's younger brother. He is the one that the traditionalists wanted, the Snake Clan in particular, wanted to be leader, not the princess. And try the Snake Clan leader next.
16.
The 16, you know that to be Black Mamba. He is covered in black scales all over his body. And that's really all you know about him.
Yeah, what up, Kobe?
Yeah. They call him Kobe sometimes. Mongoose.
14.
14. You don't know too much about the Mongoose leader. He does look quite old, and his eyes are blacked out like a raccoon's. And finally, Tiger.
Roar. Cracked eye. 9.
9. So you really don't know much about the Tiger Clan guy. He does have white stripes for his tattoos in a tiger-like fashion. And that is different from all the other Tiger Clan people you've seen. So you can kind of know that that's the leader through that way. He's very unique. You also rolled well for the Snake Clan, so you should know for the Snake Clan, their purpose is to patrol the forest. That is the Snake Clan's main duty. It's also the reason they followed you so easily throughout the forest. They know that forest quite well. So you're in the audience in the chamber of the Dragon Clan, the only non-Gwarians.
The size of that bloke.
Yeah, I'll point out to everybody who they were, various leaders, just so that they have an understanding, because we're in the presence of some rather high will-to-do people in the Gwarian world.
So I should probably keep me trap shut.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. There are definitely very powerful people here. You guys don't see Nitro. And also, you guys don't see Akimbo. If you're looking for either of those people, they are not here. So, once everyone is seated and everything is quiet, the usher speaks up from the altar of the spiraling comet of Pharasma. Today we are here on the... Oh, sorry, before the usher, also you can do a knowledge local on Smarg as well.
What I know about wise, that never happens. 16.
A 16. With the 16, you don't get a lot more information. You know that he does not live in Feyhaven. You know he's very old. You know he has a lot of daughters. He kind of looks like Theoden, the king of Rohan in Lord of the Rings, when he's being controlled by, what was that guy's name?
Wormtongue?
Grima Wormtongue.
Grima Wormtongue. So yeah, he definitely just looks like out of it, old, haggard. So the usher, once everyone has calmed down and arrived and sat down, he goes up to the altar of the spiraling comet of Pharasma, and he begins. Today we are here on the 16th of Gosran to let the noble houses and people of Gwar learn the truth of the disappearance of Princess Gertrude. But also, we will settle the future of the leadership of Gwar. Yeah.
Rhubarb.
Calm down, calm down. As you may know, don't make me cast a silent spell. I see you in the front. As you may know, Crick, Travis, and Anders are the ones who bravely brought our princess back. And they will contribute to the story of what happened as per needed. Without further ado, we will start the testimony of our beloved Princess Gertrude. Your Highness, if you may. And the usher takes a very deep bow and slowly backs away to give way for Princess Gertrude. And Princess Gertrude approaches the altar. Like I said, Princess Gertrude, she's old-ish. She's in her 50s. She is the firstborn of a very old man, so that makes sense. If you picture China from the WWE, you'll get a good picture of what she looks like. Big, strong, chiseled-jawed female. She is in her full plate armor, decorated with symbols of Pharasma on it. She has a shield on her back and a mace on her weapons belt. Hello. As you know, I am Princess Gertrude, and I have a lot to explain. I would first like to apologize to all of you sitting here today. This wasn't supposed to be how it was supposed to happen. She kind of looks lost, as if she's looking for words for a second. And you see Smarg Underbite in the back lean over and feebly kind of whisper something to Elder Griff. And yeah, Smarg Underbite's age is definitely showing in every action that he takes. Elder Griff picks up where the princess left off. Just take it from the top, princess. We are with you. Right, so we all know the situation here. My father has not produced a male heir. I knew I had something to prove. I knew I had to prove I was worthy of leading as the first female chieftain of Gwar. I also knew that our relations with the Mushroom Kingdom has been tenuous. I had a plan. I had a plan to solve all those problems. I used my influence to set up a meeting with the leader of the Death Caps. This is all without Bink Madri's knowledge. Please, Bink, do not hold them accountable. Bink, who of course looks like It from the Addams Family, he might have a facial expression, but you obviously don't see it. He is still casually smoking his pipe that he always has, and there's still a small bird flying in and out of his hair in various locations. After the meeting with the Death Caps, we had decided we would go after the Bandersnatch to show our power. If nothing else, just to get rid of perverted puns and put that all to an end. The plan was simple. We would kill the Bandersnatch together, march its head through Feyhaven, with the Death Cap banner draped over it as a sign of strength and unity for the people. The people of Gwar would accept me through the strength I've shown, and our ties to the Mushroom Kingdom would be as strong as ever. As the saying goes, the best laid plans of gnomes and humans often go astray. A month ago we set out, myself and 5 powerful gnomes, to the Bandersnatch's lair. The beginning of the fight, everything was going to plan. With the aid of the gnome's magic, I was more powerful than ever, standing toe to toe with the Bandersnatch. The battle raged on. In Pathfinder terms, we were on like round 34 or something. We were close. We were so close. But we were also very hurt, and the brave gnomes helping me were using the last of their strength. That's when they came. Out of nowhere. Calamian zealots. Dwarf hunters, as I found out later. They ambushed the Death Caps, killing 3 of them while the Bandersnatch used the distraction to render me unconscious and bleeding. But I passed my stabilized check.
She gets a lot of lucky rolls.
She is a high-level character. When I woke, I was in a cabin tied up. The 2 surviving Death Caps were being tortured to use their magic to hide us and keep me sedated. I woke eventually, and I heard him. The Dark Wizard. Through the sending stones they were using. "Hold fast," he said. "Backup is coming. We can only send in so many due to the magic of the forest. You will all be the most famous zealots in all of Kalam if you just hold fast." 2 of the gnomes were still alive, I saw, both covered in blood. Jedry Fiddlecrag. He must have been out of spells, the reason I woke up. While the zealots were focused on Jedry, I managed to get free, but I was still weakened. I took out 2 of them, but was knocked out unconscious again. But I passed another stabilized check. When I woke up again, I was in another cabin, and there was only 1 gnome left. Ludry Puddleboot. He was covered in blood, and still casting his illusion spells at the demands of the Calamians. I heard another message through the sending stones. "Leave now," he said. "We are coming with a large force. Meet us outside the forest, as others have failed to reach you." The princess takes a long breath. I don't know how long my DM can do my voice, so I'll finally finish this long-ass speech. I do not hold Ludry or Jedry responsible for their actions. They are heroes who wanted a better united Ativan. That's what we set out for. What happened next? I'll admit it confused me, but I think I understand better now. We all know the power of the Dark Wizard and his ability to learn our deepest, darkest secrets. Ludry made a choice. He heard the same message I did. He knew it would cost him his own life. He looked at me with sad eyes, and that was the last thing I saw as I was cast to stone. He must have done it to keep me from being captured by the Dark Wizard, or make it difficult to take me, I don't know. But he knew what it would mean for the Ativan if I was captured, and he's a hero. I then woke up here, and I've since learned about the chaos my mission has caused. The complete opposite of what I wanted. I have further divided Guer and the Mushroom Kingdom, and gave the Traditionalists ground to hold on to. This is what happened as far as I know. And to the heroes that saved me. She looks at each of you in turn, and pounds her fist on her metal plate. I thank you. And then she returns to her seat.
The princess is most welcome, of course.
And just takes a little bow.
Nice.
Yeah, Trappist humbly nods his head.
After the princess thanks you guys, and you guys respond to her, you notice that Black Mamba, he's getting all fidgety and angry, and he's kind of shifting around.
Can I perceive what's going on with that guy?
You did.
I did already.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wish to sense this motive of this man.
Yeah, you can sense motive.
Oh, yeah, I can do that too, right? Sense the motive.
Natural 1.
Natural 1 for Travis.
Mine hit a 3 on the die, so very bad.
Okay.
10.
And a 10. So you guys know that he is agitated, and that's about it.
You have sense motive?
3 plus 7. 10.
Oh, I thought it was 17.
No,
That's why I was
So
confused.
you guys rolled a
I
1,
wish.
a 2, and a 3.
Yeah.
Good start. Good start.
Get those out of the way.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it is actually good you got those out of the way.
I always have one at the beginning, so I may as well make it a skill check right there.
So, Elder Griff slams his gavel on the thing that you slam a gavel onto, and the usher continues. Thank you, our most noble princess, for illuminating us on this situation. Next, we have the leader of the Mushroom Kingdom, Bink Madrid, to take the stand. So Bink takes the stand, and he's like... Someone speaks gnome, I think, right?
Two of us do now.
2 of you do. So Travis and Crick, you both speak gnome?
Yep.
Yes.
So, Anders, you have no idea, but I'm sure you'll be filled in.
And just groans.
Oh, you can see coming out
Yeah,
of the...
no, especially this is one you can't even see his wriggling suspicious fingers. They're hidden, so extra suspicious, definitely.
You just see his beard hair moving. Just
Yeah.
Yeah,
slithering
Anders just
through
kind
it.
of has like a permanent like stank face, kind of like.
So Bink just gives a quick rundown, and he says he wants to continue the relationship with Guer. He's proud of the gnomes that tried to help the princess, although he is disappointed that he was left out of the plans. And he professes that no matter who the leader will be of Guer, the friendship between the Mushroom Kingdom and Guer will remain tight and good. And yeah, so there's nothing really to worry about with the gnomes. Elder Griff again with the gavel. And the usher comes out and looks at all of you guys. Now, if one of you doesn't mind, can one of our heroes take the stand to let us know your side of things? How you found the princess and managed to bring her home, for the record.
Well, Crick is the leader. I suggest yourself, but maybe I could be there to...
You want me to tell them?
Kind of. I mean, you don't even speak lies, no?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Or most noble paladin, yes?
You would be the most trustworthy.
Oh lord.
Why don't can we do a joint effort?
You can ask.
Oh, I could do it. I'm just saying.
Perhaps can we do this as together? As since we do this as group,
Aye.
we speak as group.
The usher turns and looks at Smarg, and Smarg gives the faintest of nods.
Okay.
You may approach.
Thank you.
So you all just get up to the altar, and the usher gives you guys space. So they just want to know the story. Like, you guys left to find the princess. They want to know your side of things for an official account.
Well, episode, I think, 4. Before we begin, I don't know if it's too much. We'd like to inquire about the state of the 4th member of our party.
The usher kind of looks confused at you guys, and then goes to speak with Elder Griff. And they have a little conversation, and the usher turns. He's like, "Do you mean Akimbo?"
Well, of course, he's integral to this entire story. He was there with us from the beginning.
Akimbo is busy right now, getting magical tattoos as he has rejoined the ranks of the Dragon Clan. I'm sure you will see him soon.
This great news. He's very deserving.
He's also knee-deep in vagina. Cut that out.
Good on you, Akimbo.
Everyone gets laid. Yay! Go on.
Well deserved. Okay, well then we'll leave him to his glory there. We'll tell you what we've had going on here.
Perhaps, as I say, our trustworthy paladin friend here, Anders. I think we can all agree that the paladins would be good ushers for the truth, yes? So you can all be very confident in his abilities to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I am a right shining beacon of holy light, isn't it?
Yes, Anders, of course.
As he wipes off some puke off his plate mail.
Put on your shaded spectacles. It's gonna get real bright in here.
Everyone in the crowd puts on sunglasses.
Right, so, as you recall, it all began with Claire's scrying spell that led us to the southeastern part of the Adavan. Through our investigation, it turned our eyes to Kalam, didn't it? during our travels in Trader's Haven, we happened upon a nice little map that we found in the Forsaken hideout.
Yes, we had to dispose of the Forsaken first because they were causing much problems.
Oh, it didn't even sustain a scratch. Silence.
Yes, Anders. Okay, silence.
Right, so following this map, we traveled through the Adavan Forest, going from hideout to hideout, trying to find the princess, trying to find any clues that we could find, and then we happened upon a little surprise we did. The Snake Clan. In particular, one that goes by the name of Nosemage.
He did not cause that many troubles for us, but he was trying to.
These snake blokes admitted to conspiring against the princess.
Yes, they said they want to kill her, as well as us.
When Crick says that, Black Mamba slams his hand on the table and starts to get up. And then Elder Griff looks at him and goes, "Sit down!" And Black Mamba sits down as Elder Griff passed his intimidate check.
Crick also sit down. Elder Griff, very scary man.
Ah, it's true. The Snake Clan were there. And we dispatched them with ease.
And Anders looks right at the Black Mamba and kind of gives him side eye.
He's just shaking his head. He's just like, he just can't wait to talk, you can tell.
After that, we followed the tracks of what we weren't sure at the time, well into the night. That's when we happened
They
upon...
turned out to be princess, you see.
Yeah, in the current state that we found her was after she had been turned to stone, like a story.
Yes, of course. Luckily, we found her shield hand attached to the shield along the travels.
Yeah.
Bit of brilliance that was.
Yeah, so Anders, he's very strong. You can see his arm. Look, and Crick starts like poking at his bicep.
From the ground, he's still sitting.
Yes, he's very strong, man. So he able to carry this big, heavy stone shield.
And I carried this bloke too on me back. Uphill.
Get to the point, Griff yells.
That's when we found her. They were tired, and that's when the patrol found us. They were tired. We battled and slew them all in the night.
No, one get away. No, I think, yes?
Yeah, maybe one got
I
away.
believe one gets away.
Aye.
So at the time, I tried to mend the princess's broken arm as best I could to, preserve as much as I could if we could find a way to return her to this, but...
Unfortunately, this not work so well while we out in forest like this, you see.
Yeah, so the Advent helped us in that fight to get through Clam, and then in the morning is when we were able to send Bird up to flag Griff down.
Yes, with his mighty green dragon. Very scary.
And that's when Griff found us, and we returned to Fayhaven.
Well, also then, once we get back, we help with talking to Mr. Madri here. Crick gestures towards the Cousin Ed-looking guy.
Yeah.
And with Crick deductive powers of reasoning, he talk with him, and we come up with idea to put Hand of Princess back on her. Once she back together, she get made whole by Neutral and Bink. They do much great work, and we rejoice. Princess live, she here. We save.
So with that, there's a commotion. Black Mamba once again starts causing a scene, and he clearly wants to talk, and there's people in the crowds that are just, upon hearing your story, because as you guys know, you walked through town after, you did the gather information. When you got inside this church, people didn't really know what was going on except for like the very inner circle of Fayhaven. So the crowd just kind of erupts after hearing your story, and Black Mamba's put in his place again by Elder Griff, and he just starts slamming his gavel on the thing. Was it a little pad? Who cares? And everyone starts quieting down again. And Elder Griff goes, "Princess, did you have any knowledge of this?" "No, I am sorry. I was really stoned at the time. And so Travis and Crick hear that Bink Madri has suggested that he can cast a spell to see if the adventurers are telling the truth or not. And he is asking your permission.
Sure, I think this is fine, yes?
Yeah, I approve of that.
Who is going to take the spell?
I guess I did technically fib a little bit about not taking a scratch at the hideout. I didn't do that intentionally. I don't know if that's an actual problem or not.
That's just a Mikeism to throw there, I guess.
It has to be one, like picking one of us? Is that
Yeah,
what
just
you mean?
picking one of you. He just wants to read your mind,
Leave
essentially.
Anders, I guess.
Well, yeah, I said the meat and potatoes of the stuff. So.
All right. So the hairball that is Bink approaches Anders, and he reveals his suspicious wriggling gnome.
No,
finger.
wait a second. Wait a second.
And begins, just as you're saying that, begins to cast a spell.
Wait a tick.
And you can, if you want, roll a bluff check during this spell. It's up to you.
I will roll anything to get out of this situation.
That's not what it means.
No, you probably don't want to resist the spell in any way. It's up to you. What would Anders do?
Anders would have a freak out. In particular with the hand being that close to him. And that he's going to enter his brain and like... He's freaking out for sure. He's having a freak
Anders,
out.
you'll be okay. It's all right.
You don't understand. You don't... Oh, Lord. How many times must I be infiltrated by these gnomes?
Anders, you're a good man. You'll be okay.
If you must. And Anders just kind of like grits his teeth really hard.
Okay.
Squeezing his hands.
All right. And Bink Madri casts a spell. And Bink Madri enters your mind. Do you want to do a spellcraft or knowledge arcana to learn what spell is being cast?
Yes. Many. 28 for
A
knowledge.
28. Well, with a 28, I'm going to tell you, you're going to learn a lot about this spell. The spell is called Mind Probe. And the casting time... yeah, you're getting thrown by a gnome.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
perfect name
he
for
gets
the
this long dildo-looking device and tells you to bend over. No. So it is a casting time of 1 minute. And you are kind of like... You're not paralyzed, but you're mesmerized as he's doing the spell. And it's a spell to gain access to the subject's memories and knowledge. And the user of the spell can attempt to learn the answer of one question per round. But you can assume there's only one question that Bink really cares about. And that is what pertains to the Snake Clan. You could do a successful will save or a bluff check to fight it, but wisely you did not. And Bink finishes the spell. And he just gives Anders a nod and goes back and he whispers in Elder Griff's ear.
He totally fell in that combat.
Yeah. Apparently, you were very wounded during that combat, but everything else you said was true. We thank you, heroes. Usher. Yes, you may retake your seat, heroes. We thank you very much. And you see, like, Black Mamba is just, like, rocking back and forth in the chair.
I'd just like to clarify that, there's multiple types of being wounded. There's physical wounding, there's psychological wounding. And, I may have had some scratches, but I assure you I was not wounded in any other manner.
Yeah, you're just, like, muttering as you're getting back to your seat.
Crick wishes to do a deep bow while wearing his ceremonial silken robes.
All right, yeah.
So he cuts quite a figure here.
Travis flosses.
The dance, the floss.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see it in podcast land, but Nick did a very nice
I wasn't cleaning my teeth.
Yeah.
Well, with my missing tooth. So we retake our seats. I am eager to get to the kind of the understanding and learn about the new chief. This is
Yes, Crick sits down back at his spot. Do we have table in front of us?
Nope, they're like church pews.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So he folds hands in lap and sits up quite straight, waiting to hear what's going to happen.
So there's a bit of chatter at the table, and then the usher goes back up to the altar. The leader of the Snake Clan, Black Mamba, demands to take the stand, as is his right. I present to you Black Mamba. And Black Mamba gets up with his dark snake-scaled tattoos and approaches the altar. So Black Mamba puts each hand on each edge of the altar and leans in close and makes a point of looking from the right to the left and taking in everyone in the stands. You all know who I am, Black Mamba, pounds his bare chest. We are the ones who patrol to keep you safe. We are the ones who know the forest better, and we are the ones who found the princess first. These outsiders killed Nosemage, hero against Drow. They found the princess first. Their glory was taken by those who do not know the forest. You call them heroes. I call them murderers and thieves. You trust outsider over Snake Clan. I ask you to think on this. There's like around you, there's like a lot of nods and murmurs. Like,
Rhubarb.
yeah. You can imagine that like everyone loves the Snake Clan. Like they're the ones who patrol the forest and keep everyone safe. And these are people who have grown up with this situation. And you can tell he's starting to get a lot of the people in the crowd's attention. This also creates a buzz at the head mahogany table as people are turning and talking back and forth. And you see Elder Griff, and he kind of gets a little smile on his face. You gotta remember, Elder Griff, he's been more involved in everything. He literally saw you guys with the princess. And you better believe that if you guys hear rumors in Guer, someone like Elder Griff hears the same kind of rumors. It wasn't a secret that the Snake Clan did not like the princess being in charge. They wanted to be more traditional. They definitely favored Gremson. So it looks like it was a valiant effort by Black Mamba, but you guys have done your due diligence. And when you see Elder Griff smile, he kind of talks to Bink for a sec. And then he turns and he goes, Black Mamba, Bink says he can do the spell on you too. Would you take the spell?
Oh, this should be very interesting.
Black Mamba would rather die than take spell. So be it.
That arranged can be.
A quick nod from Elder Griff, and 4 Dragon Clan guards approach Black Mamba. And he actually puts up a decent fight, all the while screaming, Outsiders! You trust these outsiders! You break tradition! Ah! Ah! And he goes, Boosh! Boosh! And he knocks 2 guards clean out, one punching them both. Get off of me! But the other 2 grab him and drag him out of the room, kicking and screaming. Smog! Smog, you have doomed us all! Doomed us all with your weak fertility! Everyone in the audience starts talking it once again, even louder than before. And the gavel comes down from Elder Griff, harder than ever. Everyone goes quiet. The usher approaches. So we will have a brief recess to discuss the results of this inquiry.
Recess.
And everyone gets a little pudding and box orange drink.
Those cheese cracker spreads.
Yeah. With the, it always
Little red
breaks.
stick.
I'm going to the jungle gym.
Yeah.
Or line up for a bowl.
And once again, the feeble Smarg Underbite needs help into the office. You can see he's really struggling. And again, the crowd erupts. I thought Anders was 10 feet tall. He looks kind of small. And yeah, so you guys have a minute to discuss anything or talk about anything or play with little weenus. I don't give a shit.
Right, well, I'll unzip my pants then.
Okay, Travington.
Go find your
of this hall.
go find your guard.
Oh yeah,
Go talk her up now that everybody knows you're a hero.
Return of the Mac, you know?
right. Yeah.
You get two and two? You're going to do 2 and 2?
Andrews would definitely be keeping an eye open for that.
Oh, you see the guard.
Like,
She's in the back.
there.
Oh, yeah. What do you do?
Anders rolls a perception check on the guard that he's quite taken with.
All right, roll a perception.
Hey, no.
Oh, it hit my foot.
19.
So, roll a charisma check.
This is where it gets interesting. 14.
14, not bad. So, like I said, you do easily spot the guard, that you were the female guard, which is Elder Griff's personal bodyguard, even more badass than the guards that showed up to grab you guys from the Sly Fox. And you give her like a little wry smile. And she does that thing where she's like trying to not look at you, but you notice that she's doing some peeks. And she gives you a little wry smile back.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a foot in the door, mate.
Crick's just kind of looking over at Anders. Anders, what are you doing here? Are you making funny faces? And
You got strange feels on your face.
I see what's going on here. He's looking back and forth from the guard and to Anders. Anders, this is not the time for these things.
It's a human thing.
Yeah.
It's been
Crick, you know, with that feeling you get sometimes when you're walking down past the shop and you look through the window and you see a nice new blade just sitting there. And you think, oh, that would really cut me flesh real good. And you get those butterflies in your tummy.
What Crick need with another knife? Crick his knife. It's a very good knife. And spear.
You're loyal to your knife.
You want to cut out the butterflies.
No.
Precisely, yes.
Anders, no getting in trouble, okay? This is very delicate situation.
Trouble? If that's trouble, then well, that's my kind of trouble.
Maybe you're the trouble, and you just need to be quiet for a moment and just see it.
I tried to warn you.
Let the man follow his heart.
Yeah.
Heart on, sorry.
So the leadership group comes back out of the office. They retake their seats. And I would like everyone to make a perception check.
Crick not paying very good attention. 12.
A fatty natty for 27.
Ooh, goddamn.
17.
17. So, this was a hard one. I made this a perception 25. Because Guarians do not like to show emotion. Well, except for anger and Black Mamba. But they don't like to be lovey-dovey and that kind of thing unless you're a handsome paladin. So, Anders, you notice she's trying to hide it. But Princess Gertrude is hanging her head the slightest bit and does not look too happy.
And is feeling quite in tune with the affair of sex at the moment. Notices a slight demeanor to the princess.
Anders, you can also roll a sense motive on the princess if you wish, with your successful perception check.
I will indeed. A natty 1 for a total of 8.
So you don't quite know why she's upset.
I think we're going to find out in just a moment, and it's probably not going to be good.
Where all may not be as it seems.
Also, you notice that Gremson cannot hide his wry smile. Travis notices that as well. That was easier to notice.
Look at that fuckwad.
What a lovely day, hey, friends?
What's he so chuffed about?
And once again, the usher makes his motion. Everyone shut the fuck up. And he continues from the altar. Decisions have been made, and they are final. For the first time in 300 years, upon the death of our noble and powerful leader, Smarg Underbite, his brother Gremson Underbite will take over as chieftain of Gwer. The crowd erupts. And Gremson stands up and does a little hand wave and then makes a motion to calm the crowd down. Like, chill out, you know. Enough's enough.
that football captain, just like
Yeah.
calming down everybody at the homecoming. They're just like, no, we got this. Yeah, we're gonna get LSU on the weekend.
Yeah, he's still being cool though.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Princess Gertrude Underbite's actions were unadvisable and came with great risk, but her heart belongs to Guire. And for that, she will temporarily take over the Snake Clan in their patrols until a new leader can be trusted to do so. Again, voices in the crowd, they're talking, and you hear like, this is definitely a demotion for the princess. Even with this demotion, and you guys just hearing voices like, oh no, that's not good. Oh my God, she's probably not happy with that, and da 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 da. Because the Underbites don't have tattoos. They're royalty. So they are above all clans. So to be demoted to being in charge of a clan, that is definitely a punishment for the princess. Well warranted, you know, she went for a risk, it didn't work out. And it is temporary, so it's just like a go to your room kind of thing. But you notice that she's looking at her father. Travis and Crick, you can roll a sense motive if you wish.
Not good again. 8 for Crick.
I got a 19.
So Crick is still very much intimidated by Elder Griff yelling at him, or what he thought was at him. And Travis is more perceptive, and you get the feeling that the demotion is not why she is angry. Or upset, rather. Upset is the better word.
I think there might be more to this story, boys.
Black Mamba will be executed immediately for his involvement in the plot to assassinate the princess.
Rhubarb. Malkovich.
Yeah.
Malkovich.
Serves him right.
Yeah. That just leaves the group who were responsible for the safe return of the princess. You will all be executed! No. Chapter 1 over. Da, 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 da. Due to your voluntary cooperation, today getting to the bottom of everything that has transpired, our noble and powerful chieftain Smarg Underbite wishes to give you each a gift from our vault. That is all for here. We shall now prepare for the ceremony. And the audience scatters and begins to leave. They all start leaving outside, and Elder Griff starts approaching you guys.
Wonder what ceremony is going to be happening? For executions? Is this what he's talking about?
There's some honor in dying by the sword, so maybe there's something to that, or maybe it's the swearing in of Grimson next.
Ah, yes. Perhaps this is it, yes.
Maybe it's like the end of Star Wars, where they give us a nice little march down the aisle there, and they thank us and give us a medal.
I especially like one with ghosts of old Jedi men, especially the young one.
That's
He is
right.
very strong and powerful.
Yes.
I think I am ripping off Star Wars. Subconsciously.
No, you didn't have Anders make out with his sister.
Well,
you
we
didn't-
talked about it as a joke. We were close. Yeah, we were saying, never mind. You guys,
We probably don't even need any of that, but that was fun.
Yeah, that was for us. I do not recall outsiders having such an impact on Guire in our history. I'm going to be honest and say I voted no on allowing outsiders to join the hunt for the princess. We all did. Except Smarg. In his infinite wisdom, he overruled us all. He was right, as he always is. A true leader who will never be forgotten.
It seems to be a very good choice of his to send us to save the princess, yes?
Don't pat yourselves on the back so much.
Crick pulls his hand away from his back, like, oh,
No, pet, okay.
Still intimidated.
Travis will reach up and give a nice pat to Crick.
Good leader, good leader.
You done good, boss.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You will always have a place here in Feyhaven. If your travels ever bring you back to the Ativan, you are all considered citizens of Guire from this point on. The first outsiders to have such an honor. Now come. And Eldergriff starts leading you through his office. The one with the many bookshelves. There are many bookshelves around this office. Very professional looking office. Nice office.
Many leather-bound books.
Many leather-bound books. I'm starting to sound like Trump. So he approaches one of the bookshelves and he pulls out a book. It's called 50 Shades of Grey. It's because no one would dare touch it. The bookshelf moves back a foot and then slides to the right behind the adjacent one.
What if a lonely housewife happened upon that library? That might be the one she goes for.
Well, this is true. And then she would have found the weapons cache.
Call back to episode 2. Holy crap.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey.
A lot of callbacks. Maybe too many. These are the weapons and armor that we find on others, but do not take for ourselves. As you have seen, most of us do not care to wear armor. And for weapons, we like wavy, curvy ones. Anyways, don't take long. I cannot miss the ceremony. So you get into a room, and it looks like a secret room that like John Wick would have. Armor, weapons, and other doodads lined up in perfect order along the walls. If your character has OCD, he is like super pleased with the arrangement. There's a muffled sound coming from the back of the room. And this is how we're gonna do this. There is a time limit. It's not like a minute, but you guys have like, he wants to get to the ceremony. So he's basically gonna ask you guys to quickly choose a weapon. So you're not gonna have time to look at all the weapon. There are hundreds of pieces in here. So what I'm gonna ask for, each of you, perception check, appraise check, and each of you are gonna get 2 spellcrafts. So essentially, you're gonna roll a perception check to see how many weapons you take in, an appraise check to see if you can sort out the expensive ones, and then you'll choose 2, and then you can spellcraft each one and choose which one you want.
I definitely don't have spellcraft.
Crick would be doing the spellcraft.
Crick wishes to cast detect magic as well as to find the magic things here.
So, Crick instantly casts Detect Magic at the beginning of this John Wick room, and it is just like a beacon of light. You are overwhelmed by the amount of magic shining on every single item in this room. So, remembering Eldergriff is in a rush,
Can I ask a question?
you can.
Eldergriff, might you suggest something to each of us as if there's any fabled weapons here? Say a bow, a sword, and a... do you want a spear, Crick? Do you want some armor?
Well, you guys can definitely target something. Like
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what I
guys will get like if you just want to target, let's say armor pieces, you would get a bonus to your perception check because you're not checking out as much stuff, right? So, or if you just want to go right through, check out everything real fast and appraise and try and get the most expensive things. I'm telling you right now, there's not like a level 9 thing in here that is gonna like break the game or whatever, but you can safely assume that everything in here is at least a +1. And yeah, besides that, the dice will point you to whatever you
Is it your
want.
second round or third round?
So, Crick casting detect magic. First round, you say he sees everything as magic.
Yeah, how long does this take? It's 6 seconds each one, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
second round, it tell me the number of different magical auras and the power of the most potent aura.
Okay.
So I wish to know which one is the most potent. And then third round, to see exactly what they are, Crick must roll.
And that takes 18 seconds, yes?
If he holds the third.
For all 3, yes.
Yeah, it takes 18 seconds. Okay. I'm not going to count the amount of items in here. There are over 100. So you see over 100 blinky lights. The most powerful that you recognize is a small rod. As you go into your third round, you see a couple more quite powerful items. One are boots, one is a bag, and one is a sheathed two-handed sword. And that sword is going,
Oh, a sentient sword.
Awesome.
Someone for Andrews to argue with? That's perfect.
Okay, I wish to make spellcrafts on these items, these specific ones. I won't do on every item in the room, obviously, but these items I wish to.
Well, I do need your rolls first.
Yes.
Perception?
Perception and appraise.
Ooh, sheesh. You wish my perception and the praise first, or these detect magic?
Well, we're doing Crick first, it looks like, so...
Okay. 22 for perception and 19 for appraise.
So you do have the advantage of detect magic, but with your perception and your appraise, you can pretty much confirm that you have spotted the most powerful items in this room. I will give you a shot. I said 2 each, but this isn't taking too much time, so... What do you want to spellcraft first?
This small rod.
Yeah, go for the rod.
It's a dildo.
Oh.
It's just vibrating.
All three are violent.
27.
27.
Yes, 18 on die.
The 27, you don't know what the rod is, but you know it is conjuration magic and transmutation magic.
It's like some alien rod. I don't even know what it is.
It's the inanimate carbon rod.
Yeah. Glowing green.
I don't know exactly what this do, but the power screams to me. But let me think what this sword might be. 17 on die for 26.
So, to look at the sword, you have to unsheath it. And Elder Griff goes, oh, you might not want to do that. As you're doing it, and as you open it, it goes,
I shot this thing.
and then you close it. And then...
Oh my goodness.
And what is your spellcraft on that one?
26.
26. So as you quickly resheath this obnoxious sound coming from the sword, you're just like, holy shit. Did I just see Verdant's Bite? Like you saw like a bunch of runes on the sword as you opened it and then closed it. You remember in Blargstown, being a young boy, you remember a bit of a story, like a fable about a sword that would carve through demons, but it was kind of a fable that maybe has changed through time. You don't really trust it as a real story. It's kind of like seeing a fairy tale weapon in real life and not quite believing it.
It's like Excalibur right before you saying this is a
Yeah.
fabled
It's like,
blade.
did I just see Excalibur? And King Arthur is real? You know what I mean? That's kind of what you're thinking right now. And it's a cold iron greatsword, +1. It has +2 to attack and damage against demons.
This is a very powerful weapon.
Also, it has a -5 to your perception while unsheathed. So there's that. You don't want to be leading that through a dark tunnel if you don't know what's on the other end.
It's pretty funny, actually.
Yes, I point this one out to Anders. Hey, Anders, I know it make loud sounds, but if you wish, this could be a very powerful weapon for you.
Well, that blade looks rather mighty. I think, I'll give that a go. Why not?
I wish to see these boots as well.
All right?
Great idea, Anders. You hold for a moment, okay?
Aye.
Whoa, so close to natural 20, but instead 2. So, 11 on boots.
11 on boots. You do not know what the boots are. The boots do give off a transmutation aura.
As you're doing this, you hear Anders fiddling with the blade, and then he starts to unsheath.
You unsheath it again?
Sorry.
Anders, you see what happened when I do this?
I warned you about that blade.
I don't know what these do, but these have much power as well. And also, I see this last one over here. I take a look at bag. Much better. 25.
With a 25, you recognize this as a level 2 bag of holding.
Travis, this bag here is very strong, holds many things. It's extra dimensional portal. So you can put lots of things in there and they don't be heavy. But it's up to you what you would like to do. These are the most powerful things in whole room, but pick what you want.
Okay, let's look around and.
Old Cricky here, he wishes to keep this rod. I don't know what this does yet,
You're just gonna
but
take the rod?
the power is just overwhelming.
Yeah. You can't resist, eh?
Crick's eyes lighting up.
Yeah.
I wish this item.
Yeah. Okay. So, Travis, do you want to just take one of the items Crick pointed out for you, or do you want to do a quick scan of the room?
I'm interested in the boots, but I'll have a quick walk around.
Okay. Perception, appraise. Hurry up! I don't want to miss the ceremony.
24 perception,
Yeah.
and my appraise is only 10.
Okay. And what are you looking for specifically?
I was going to see if I could spot a bow that caught my fancy or a breastplate armor-wise.
Okay. So, with your 10 appraise and your 24 perception, you take a look at the bows and you take a look at the armor, and you can't really tell the difference between them. But you know from Crick that everything in here is magical. So you can assume that everything's at least a +1 item. And that is what you know.
Okay, well, I'm going to save my gold on that. I'm too curious about these boots.
I still have mine. I don't know if I can help with all this.
Okay, I guess that's true.
Because I have a 26.
You want to? You're just gonna take the sword and look for Travis and see if you
That's
can find
what I
something better.
figured. Because I have a
Yeah,
26,
you can do that.
26 perception. I mean, my appraise is only 6, but my...
Oh.
but-
Well, with a 26 perception and a 6 appraise, you essentially come up with the same observations as Travis, as you cannot really tell the difference. Like, this item's better than this one. They kind of look the same to you.
Okay, well, curiosity's got me cornered here, so I'm going to go with the boots.
Okay, you're gonna go with the boots. Anders, are you
took
just
the
gonna take
sword.
the sword?
Yeah.
All right, so you're hell bent on the sword. All right.
I mean, shouldn't I? That's the thing I want, isn't it?
If you want it, it has the
The best,
drawback.
it's the best sword there, you know?
In a
It
way.
is definitely an improvement and will help you clear Greslania. You know there's
Exactly.
demons in Greslania. So there is that. So Aldergriff goes, I guess it's better that you take that sword away. I was tired of listening to it.
Does it always make these sounds?
Always. Ever since we found it.
Goodness. Do you know who had it when you found it?
Oh, you can see Aldergriff. He hesitates for a second. And there's definitely a contrast between the excitement you guys have in this room, and there's definitely something else on Elder Griff's mind. And he hesitates before kind of answering you, but he remembers what he said before. Like, you guys are citizens of Guer now. So he presents you with some information that outsiders don't normally get to hear. We found that sword deep in the ruins of Fablehaven. We do not know much about it. We just know it does not shut up.
Have you tried hearing the bloke out?
No, I cannot stand him.
Very interesting. Thank you so much, Elder Griff. These are quite powerful treasures. We thank you.
Ah, indeed.
We will continue to put them to good use to protect the world and Guer.
Cool. There's actually a lot of neat items in that room, but because Crick cheats, you guys definitely probably pulled the most money out of there than you could have.
It's not about the money, it's about the power.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's fine. Never complain that I don't give you guys anything. Like you did on the
to
whole
continue
car
to-
ride over here.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah, we did.
And I was just like, I can't say anything. I know what's coming. I already had all this ready. I just took it like a bitch. Anyways, we're moving on. It is time for the ceremony.
Yes, let us go.
Of course. Please lead on.
So there's a slight mumbling that is going to be quite constant on Anders' back. It's just kind of... It is less than it was in the room. You get the sense that it kind of knows what just happened and it might be calming down a bit.
It's free.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah.
And you follow Elder Griff outside. You go past the sacred room with the banners of Pharasma, and you are led into the inner bailey of the Dragon Clan, where
Does Elder Griff walking with us for this section?
he's leading you guys through. Yeah.
Excuse me, Elder Griff.
Yes.
These tapestry. What are the meanings of these things? I know them, but I don't know what they're from.
Yeah, we'd like to know a little bit more about the city that we're part of now.
I don't have time for the full history, but I can tell you what we found in Fablehaven changed everything.
Perhaps we could talk another time on this, eh?
Feel free to hit my office whenever you want, and we can go over notes on the 50 Shades of Grey together.
Thank you.
So you follow Elder Griff outside, and you are in the same area where Claire did her scrying spell with the mirrors. The same crowd that was in the large meeting room with the banners is in the amphitheater. You see Black Mamba tied up with ropes staked to the ground. You see Princess Gertrude and Smarg Underbite. They are embracing in the center. They are next to Black Mamba. Elder Griff just motions for you guys to stay where you are. Princess Gertrude parts from her father and leaves very distressed, right by you guys, right back into that previous room. She does not stay. She passes you with her head held low. Elder Griff walks up to Smarg Underbite. You can see Smarg is struggling just to stand, and he is kind of like shaking with the effort. They share a firm handshake, Griff and Smarg. You know these guys have been together forever, leader and general. They have ruled for a long time. They know each other very, very well. Black Mamba, he almost looks pleased with himself. He's got a shit-eating grin on his face. He's not even struggling against his constraints. Elder Griff casts a spell on both Black Mamba and Smarg Underbite. Do you want to do a spellcraft?
So they're saying,
Yeah.
yes, I wish to know what this spell is. 15.
15. With the 15, you easily recognize what is called Arcane Mark. So you know it's Arcane Mark. Are you going to detect magic to see what the mark is?
No.
Okay. It was a penis. I'm joking. It's not a penis. So you know that he has marked Black Mamba and Smarg Underbite with a spell. Elder Griff turns away and blows a horn as he does so. From the pit in the amphitheater, a puff of smoke rises. A large claw grips the edge of the hole as Taurus climbs out. I'm gonna hand wave the will save for his terrifying appearance, as you've seen this dragon a few times now, and you know he's not a danger to you. So this dragon, you're not gonna be scared of him anymore. Every other dragon, terrified.
Also, I feel much more confident with Anders around now that he's achieved this so-called level 3.
Yeah.
God Slayer I am. My, what a magnificent beast.
In the background here. And he looks around the amphitheater, he looks at you guys, and then he looks at Smarg and Black Mamba. And then his eyes go wide, almost in confusion. And then he kind of shakes his head. Elder Griff blows the horn again. And the dragon finishes climbing out of the hole and settles and faces Smarg and Black Mamba. Black Mamba can't keep his mouth shut. Black Mamba got what he wanted in the end. This was a better Guerre, and I have succeeded. He's happy that Gremson is leader, obviously. Taurus takes a deep breath and breathes acid all over Smarg Underbite and Black Mamba, melting them both in front of everyone, and then returns to his lair.
Gasp!
All hail Gremson Underbite! The crowd cheers.
Is that how they do things around here?
It appears to be how they do things around here. Smarg Underbite was weak and feeble, and it was time for a change, and it sounds like they had made a decision in the office. His brother is now the chieftain. It's a new age for Feyhaven. Gremson makes a short speech where he declares that his first action as chieftain will be to take care of the witch and hag problem.
Not sure I like these decisions, but I'm not chieftain.
Yeah, and you are a witch doctor, so, there is that. You will have your doctorate, so... And you guys know that Gwarians don't like witches, but you do come across different than what they view as a witch. And I didn't want to roleplay every Gwarian hating you because you're a witch. So, people start partying, the ceremony is over, you're politely asked to leave the dragon compound, and outside the gates, Akimbo's waiting for you.
Let us go see Akimbo.
Captain Akimbo.
I see your ink, mate.
Akimbo looks amazing. He is covered head to toe in elaborate dragon tattoos, which shine with power if you were to detect magic. His sword, Broken, as it's called, is nowhere to be seen, and instead, he has an impressive-looking flambard hanging from his back. You have restored my honor, and for that, I thank you. I will never forget what you've done for me.
We wouldn't still be here if it wasn't for you and your leadership, Akimbo.
Well, I don't know about leadership, but yes, he's very important cog in machine.
Oh, the feeling's mutual.
You did great work, though, Akimbo. We have many thanks for you as well.
I feel like we are totally best friends forever.
Maybe, yes.
Best friends.
A glorious day, Akimbo. What will you do now with your new powers and your new tattoos?
I have the honor of fighting against the witches and hags with Gremson. I must join the meeting inside.
But you know fight correct, no?
You are the one witch I will forever tolerate.
You have special place in heart for me, too.
I hope to see you again. Truly.
Indeed.
Is this to be it for now?
I'm sure we will see each other again.
Excellent, Akimbo. Pat him once on the back.
Ow.
Well, come on now.
It's a fresh tattoo.
And just gives a manly handshake to Akimbo and looks him square in the eye and nods.
Yeah, he nods back.
Travis kind of gets a little teary-eyed because he's seen him go through all his whole adventure and change, and to see him now exactly where he wants to be, where he was trying to get back to, he's teary-eyed. So he runs up and gives Akimbo a big hug.
Nice. So you see Akimbo enter the gates of the Inner Bailey. Well, he obviously returns that hug. He embraces you deeply. Maybe too deeply. And Akimbo takes his leave. He enters the gates of the Inner Bailey, and instead of that mockery displayed to him when you guys first entered, way back when, you saw them kind of scoff and be like, look at that jerk. Instead, it's fists to hearts and salute, and they immediately let him in with respect.
There goes our boat captain.
Captain Crocodile Fighter Akimbo.
That he was. Yes.
Gondolier.
The finest boat captain I've ever seen.
Gondolier Captain Akimbo. Good man.
In another part of the world, in a dark room with horns and chained up women, Echo is admiring his latest toy. A new beautiful human female has arrived for his deranged pleasures. If you want to learn more about Echo in his room, check out our Tales episode. Episode 12. A flash of light appears behind him, and it's Nitral Haliard. Echo, cease your inevitable war with Tenebris, yes. We need the 5 powers to unite to face this coming doom, yes. Echo, through his latest new toy, replies to Nitral.
Kalam is powerful enough to deal with whatever doom you see forthcoming, Elf. Every time we purge the weak from this world, we'll be stronger than ever.
And then Echo tries to cast a spell, but Nitral is faster. Infinite Tempers, yes! And a magical sphere instantly covers the entire room, and time ceases for everyone except for Nitral. All the women and Echo are frozen in their last positions before the spell. Time stop. You will doom us all, yes! Maybe it is you who is the doom, yes! We will be seeing each other again in due time. Balarkbaga! And disappears. End of chapter 1.
Whoa!
Woof, that was a ride.
I knew he was an elf with them pointy ears.
No. We can't end season 1 yet.
Yeah.
Anders, what the hell is up with this gnome stuff? No, I gotta know. It's been a whole season, mate.
Right, so
Oh, we're going to do an end of chapter backstory?
we're leaving the Bailey there, right? It's just us blokes.
Yeah, you
I
guys are
can-
still at the Bailey.
Kim just walked away.
Yeah, let's go.
All right,
We all
lads.
want to know what this is.
Look, you listen here, all right? None of this goes past the three of us, all right? No one is to be told any of this. Stays between us.
Who would we tell?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, back in Betchland. During my recovery, innit? I was visited by this tiny nugget of a man. I'd never seen anything like it, mind. Never even heard of a gnome before. He was a physiker of sorts. Anyways, during his examination of me, he checked my wounds, asked me questions on where I hurt, the usual, except he wouldn't shut his gob. Made little notes on his scroll, looked me up and down with his unusual spectacles. Then, instructed I turn around and drop trowel.
Oh my god, I thought this is where this was going.
I was hesitant. I didn't know what he was getting at. But it was a strange moment in my life, finding myself in this place with this nugget man, and they hadn't seen me harm, so I proceeded none the wiser. The gnomish doctor told me to cough. That's rather odd, I'm thinking to myself. And before I could complete me thought, the bugger jammed his finger up me arsehole, innit?
Did he wriggle it?
Anders!
It wasn't just his wiggly finger in the end. It was his whole damned end. Ended up me arse after the commotion, me bucking around like a wild horse gone mad. I wasn't ready for such an intrusion of me nethers, damn it all. Now don't look at me like that. No man's a tiny, it can happen to anyone. Needless to say, I was none too pleased. I roared at this little nugget-sized doctor and he fled the room. Once I covered my bits and bobs and collected myself, they sent in a nurse. Told me something about internal blooding, I don't know. But I'd be okay. Anyways, they finished patching me up. They let me loose on the town. I meandered through this very strange place of Bitchland. With an odd new walking gait, mind you, thanks to Doc Fingers. Overwhelmed in a new land and time, apparently. And we're seeing these little buggers all over the place. Offering me dodgy wares for sale, offering me tinkering services, massages, you name it. They'd be grabbing at me with their grubby little paws, their fingers waggling about. Unsettling it was. I kept spinning round and round, kicking at these monsters, yelling, away, away with you! I'll not have it said that Anders Madronus of Grislania allows his nethers to be probed by incredibly small fingers or any other. It was my turn to flee. I balked at anyone that got near and stumbled me way out of the town proper, somewhere I could get some quiet and collect me thoughts. And, well, that's enough for now. You get the bloody picture, now fuck off with it.
And that's how you end a chapter.
I mean, Anders, this is terrible story, but this not all gnomes. This terrible doctor.
You don't know what it's like to be probed, not only in the anus by a gnome, but in your brain, too.
Okay, yes, you are correct. I do not know.
It is called Mind Probe.
Yeah, that was so funny. The fact that's all. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Friends, let us get drink, yes?
Yeah. Let's finish this one off with a drink.
A pint sounds great to me. Thank you very
it's
much.
still early, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And you guys head back to the Sly Fox. And that's the end of chapter 1, ladies and gentlemen. If you have listened this far, thank you very, very, very much. Thanks to everyone who has just done anything for us, liking, subscribing. Thank you, Jameson, our #1 fan. And yeah, we have big plans for chapter 2. We expect to get better. We hope you guys notice us getting better. We're starting to feel really good about this podcast. And we are super pumped to get chapter 2 going and produce more episodes for you guys and a couple more Tales episodes. And I'm not gonna lie, those Tales ones get weird, so we hope you enjoy that as well, and just let us know. We'll do more weird ones. But Adventures in Novus, it's gonna keep on going. We are here. We just enjoy this, doing it with each other, and so that in itself is a win. And any of you that are listening, we just really appreciate that you're on this journey with us. And yeah, that's really all I have to say, unless one of you guys has anything left to say.
Cheers to our fans. Much appreciated.
Na zdrowia.
Gravis.
Matt Damon.
This has been a true fucking story.
Yeah. So later, guys. See you in chapter 2.
Bye.